Hi Cancer, this is your tarot card reading for past, present, future tarot. I'm going to be doing a couple things today. So I'm going to draw cards from a couple decks. I'm also going to draw a crystal for you and then give you the interpretation. And then also I'm going to have you, if you like, at the end of the video, you can ask a yes or no question and I will give you the answer yes or no to your question. Okay, so I'm just going to get right into this. So it appears that in the past, you walked away from something and you left something be. You let it be in its own energy and you let this be in its own energy in order to understand or comprehend things for yourself. So you walked away from something in order to gain clarity on it. So what you walked away from will now in the present be at your fingertips, and this will be a new perspective on it. So you had to walk away from something in order to see it for what it was. You weren't seeing something clearly or for what it was. You weren't seeing something for what it was. You were seeing it the way that you wanted to see it, and that it just wasn't that. So now you're able to see that thing clearly for what it is. Whatever it is, if it's a job, if it's a relationship with your sister, if it's a, whatever it is, you had to put it down for a bit in order to see what it actually was. And when in the present, when you see what it actually was, then you're able to see that that's what it was the whole time. It was right in front of you. Were you fooled? Maybe. Yeah, sure. This person, if it's a person, maybe they fooled you. But there's also something about it, like, yeah, okay, maybe they fooled you, maybe they misled you, but you saw that the whole time. Like, whatever it is that you're about to discover about an older situation or a situation that you had to walk away from, you're going to discover something. But when you discover it, you're going to see that, like, you already knew that. That is what it was. That is exactly what it was. For some reason along the line, you saw it differently. But it wasn't. It wasn't different. It was what it was always presented as. Okay, so in realizing that you had to walk away from something to see it for what it really was, and then when you saw it for what it really was, it is what it always was. It wasn't a trick or trap. And as I said, this person may have tricked you and made you believe things that wasn't, but it's like, I don't know, I'm getting the feeling that whoever tricked you, so say your sister, because we said it was your sister earlier. So say your sister tricked you about something and you had to sort of just leave that situation, leave her alone for a bit so you could really figure it out. But when you really figured it out in the present, you see that, like, your sister was just being herself. That's how she is. You knew that about her before you had to walk away. You knew that about her when she used you for something. You knew that about her. You knew she was like that. So, yeah, it's sad. It's sad that this person behaved the way that they behaved and you had to walk away from them, and then it took some time to see them for who they are. But this person didn't hide who they were from you. They did after, after things changed. Maybe if it's a relationship, so if it's a guy, maybe he presented to you exactly who he was. And then you decided you wanted something else from him. He wasn't able to give that to you because he is who he is. I don't know. Or it's your sister. Your sister has used you before, so you shouldn't be surprised that she used you again. I don't know. This is kind of a strange reading. But anyways, what you discover in the present lets you see things for what they truly are, and lets you be the one to cut through things like a knife. So now you've taken a step back. You've had a look at the situation. Maybe it's a work situation, I don't know. But you've had a look at the situation and you've realized that this behavior of the person was in front of you the whole time. They always acted like this. You didn't want them to, which was maybe the problem. But you're going to see, when you see it for what it really is, and you see them for who they really are, and how you were kind of, I don't know, making excuses or making it like they weren't who they really are. When you see them for who they really are, it's going to give you power, because you're going to know. Because you already knew, so you're just going to see it. You'll be able to move through it and deal with it in a different way, because now you deal with it like this because you know it's this. Okay, so cassette. Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So that's what you were doing when you were taking time to heal from the situation. When you're taking time to walk away and figure out what's really going on, you were maybe playing things over in your head. Okay, so now we have wedding rings, union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. Interesting. Sometimes we walk away from people to walk right back to them, but I don't know. I don't get that here. I don't get the wedding rings and stuff like that. I think, like, I'm not saying that it's not going to be, you won't reach union. I think that you will reach union, but what I think that this is indicating, I don't think you're going to reach union with this person who troubled you. Obviously, if it's a family member, it's not them, but I think this is indicating a very strong bond with this person if it is a family member. But the other thing that it's indicating to me is that without learning this lesson and seeing this person for who they really are, who they possibly showed you, who they really were the whole time, if you can't see that, or if you refuse to see that, it's going to affect your real union. Because if you're not able to learn karmic lessons before it's time for real union, this is not going to go out so well. What's the point of you uniting with someone that you're going to be having to tear away from again later? Because if the karmic lessons aren't learned and you go with, your divine partner, it's not good. It's hard. It's a hard situation being made harder. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust that the things that you learned here, they're true, and you have to use them in life. Like, you have to see people for who they are, because you were not. You were trusting, you were too trusting, and you were not seeing people for who they are. This is a karmic lesson for you, for preparing you for your union. Maybe with this person, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not getting that. I'm getting that this is a lesson for you to learn in life, a karmic lesson to learn before union. Okay, so the crystal that you got is rose quartz. So I'm just going to look up here. Rose quartz. Affirm, I forgive myself. Okay? So forgive yourself for this situation. Whatever happened between you guys. Whatever karma is trying to show you. Learn it. Okay. The truth rose quartz give you is deep inner healing. Please do your inner healing work. It says, you can't accept love from others nor love them if you cannot love yourself. Okay? So this is, okay, so a self-love. So, I mean, very similar to what I was saying. A self-love, it's indicating self-love. You need to have a self-love lesson. You're being taught a self-love lesson. So in regards to your union, thank you. This ran way too long. Have a good day.